I'm Daniel, the past life regressionist, and it's time to begin.
Lift off and the clock has started.
3, 2, 1. This is Timeless Spirituality. Enjoy Eternity Time.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Timeless Spirituality. So for this week, I do have another episode for you guys from the Past Life Talk series. This one was recorded back in mid-2021, and I need to tell you guys why I'm doing this right now. So I know I've been teasing Season 5 for months at this point. Season 5 has a lot to do with faith. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, 2025 has been a bit of a rough year for me. And it's really testing my faith. So every time I sit down to work on the season premiere, I'm just having trouble. I'm really having a lot of trouble with it. And I feel now that I'm on this journey now to reclaim faith or even discover what faith even is. And I'm really hoping to get there soon. And it's very difficult to write about faith when you're lacking it. So I just felt that it's not right for me to release the season premiere the way that it is. And I really need to release the season premiere before all the episodes that follow it. And with that, I'm also feeling a shift in direction. I don't exactly know what that's going to be for the podcast, but I'm feeling something. I'm feeling like I'm going to come out swinging. And I'm always going to be the same Daniel. But my God, am I ready to just stand up and take the gloves off? I'm feeling that itch. So bear with me a little bit longer. I really appreciate you guys hanging in and being here for this. And as an additional thank you, I want to give you guys another discount for Past Life Regression. This time it's 20% off. So if you want to go ahead and use the code SUMMER20, that'll give you 20% off of a virtual session. And yeah, if you book between now and September 20th, that'll be valid. So just use the discount code. And thank you guys. Just thank you again for being on this journey with me. I hope that you're learning about yourselves while I figure out about faith and what it means to be a past life regressionist, what it means to be a 39-year-old male in this life. Yeah. Thank you guys. With all of that said, if you would like to book a regression with me to discover who, when, and where you have been throughout time, you can go ahead and reach me on Instagram, The Past Life Regressionist, or go and book through my website, thepastliferegressionist.com. And now, it's time to begin.
Thank you. Never gets old, does it? Well, thank you very much for being here. It is episode number 22 of Past Life Talk, and I am Daniel, the Past Life Regressionist, and today I am excited to have Dani, the witch next door. So let's bring Dani up right now. Sorry, that witch next door. That witch next door. I hope this part doesn't get cut off in the replay. But yeah, let's bring Dani up right now. I'm just going to clarify that. I said the witch, I meant that witch next door. So yes, everyone, this is Dani, that witch next door. So hey, Dani.
Hi, Daniel. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Let's give you one more. So Dani, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Dani. I'm that witch next door. I am an instructor and mentor of witchcraft and magic for practitioners and entrepreneurs and witches of all backgrounds and levels of experience. So I have a podcast. I have a mentorship I'm getting ready to offer. And I just started my first YouTube channel. Woo!
Oh. So there's a question I've been dying to ask you for like the last 4 minutes as I've been thinking about it. Are you ready?
Yes.
God, I'm actually really giddy about this one. Are you a good witch or are you a bad witch?
Both, always, at the same time.
Okay, cool. Ready to dive in?
Yes, go
Okay,
for
so
it.
the first question I like to ask people is also with the preface of I always tell everyone not to come in with any expectations because you never know what's going to happen in a past life regression. However, you think it's going to happen, it won't be that way. So with that said, was it what you expected it would be?
Nope, not even a little bit. And I really did try not to have any expectation, but I'm human, so, there was probably a little bit of expectations happening, but no, completely nothing like I expected at all.
Cool. All right, let's just jump in. You want to talk about the experience? What came up for you?
Honestly, when I reflect now on the experience, the main life that comes back to me is the one where I was a witch. I think that had a really, really profound effect on me. And I knew at the time how significant it was, but not really, you know what I mean? And I can just see now how much that knowledge of that life, like how the benefits of that, how much it's rippled out in my life now, because I remember thinking, so in that life, I had seen that I was a witch. I had been performing very, very, very complex magic. And I was caught and was sentenced to death. And in this life, I struggle really, really hard with death. I have health and disaster related anxiety for me and my family member. Like I really struggle with death a lot, which is why I work with Hades. And getting to experience that kind of confidence and just lack of fear of something that I know I actively fear so much was just so powerful because it showed me that that's possible. I think that sometimes we're so deep in our fears that we can't see outside of them and we can't see any other possibility. Like, this is the only way I know. So this must just be how I am and how it is. And so getting to experience that kind of just comfortability, that kind of confidence, it just brings such a smile to my face every time I think about it. I tap back into that experience particularly regularly, like regularly now. It really, really, really helps my confidence and anxiety and stuff like that.
Yes. Sorry, I had my moment. Thanks for sharing that. Let's talk about the confidence. Where did the confidence come from in that life?
Honestly, the confidence in that life came from having nobody, if you remember. I had nobody. I had spent a lot of lifetimes alone that we saw, but that one, like without a partner. This was alone. I remember knowing that, like, whatever I had that was resembled a family was not in my memory, essentially, or something had happened so long ago. And all I had ever known was self-reliance. And I think that that's genuinely where that kind of confidence stems from, is when you are forced to survive, honestly, on your own only. And in this particular case, and through this scope, it was also through my own magic and my own power. I had come to be able to completely depend and rely on it. That's how strong my intuition was. That's how strong my magic was and my practice was. And it was incredible to see and be able to experience myself having those abilities, but knowing I had those abilities. Like, you know what I mean? Like really knowing that I had those abilities, it gives me like butterflies every time I think about it. It was very life altering for me to experience that kind of confidence, specifically through being alone. Honestly, that's another big hardship for me. It's hard for me to be by myself in this life, and it's not hard for me to be by myself. I get constantly worried it's going to be taken away from me through, again, disaster, health, death, something like that. That's really where a lot of my lessons are centered around in this life. And so being able to experience like, it's okay, you'll always be okay. You know, that had a huge impact on me in this life.
Wait, are you the same Dani that I met last year?
Honestly, no. No.
Who are you? What have you done with Dani?
You're the guy who took me in a time machine, so it's your fault, I guess.
Oops. So wait, I hope I'm not getting my witch stories mixed up right now. I just want to. Yours was the one with the bird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
The bird I killed? Yeah.
Yeah.
The bird sacrifice? Yeah.
So with the empowerment of that one too, if I remember correctly, it was you die empowered in that life, correct?
Yeah, I had been performing a really, really, really dark, complex ritual that I remember I couldn't see until you had, reminded me and showed me that I could see, and I did have the ability to see what I had done. I think that was just the amount of protective energy I had put around myself while I was performing that ritual and why I couldn't get through it first. And so the empowerment, yes, was from being able to perform such deep, complex magic and have the confidence I had in it. And then I had a whole other, empowerment from being able to experience literally being walked to my death and executed, with not an ounce of fear or insecurity to be found ever. The whole time we were in the dungeon space, I couldn't have been more neutral. And so that feeling that neutral in such an extreme and what should be petrifying situation, that was a completely whole different kind of empowerment on its own.
Yeah, I remember when that was going on, just thinking like, damn, because usually when I have witches who are being marched to their death, some of it is a state of kind of acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
And other times it's usually like they're petrified.
Yeah.
And this was one of those where it's like, whoa, like this is different. Like, this is a different story that's being told right now. And I thought it was really cool. And I'm glad you brought up being marched to your death, because I don't think this is something that I've talked about on any of these lives yet. I mean, maybe I've touched on it, but I remember you focusing on one of the guards in particular. What can you tell me about that guard?
What am I allowed to tell you about that guard?
Oh, it's okay. I mean, we're pretty safe here.
Okay, good. I did focus in on one guard in particular, who was this young man that was either like some kind of main guard of mine. I definitely had recognized his face. And he was the one who physically walked me to my executionary. And we discovered that was Daniel. He was the one who walked me to my execution. And I just remember saying, "Oh, it's okay, Daniel. I understand."
Yeah, that was me. I think you said I had like a crazy mustache or something like
Mm-hmm,
that.
you did. I can totally picture your face right now, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Young, a little bit shorter, and definitely had a very, very pronounced mustache. And like olive skin, but like very light eyes. Yeah, I can remember. I have a very good memory of that whole regression, actually, which probably surprised me more than anything. I think I was really worried I was going to forget everything, and I didn't.
So what really struck me about that at the time was, well, one, how you absolved me of, oh, it's okay, Daniel. But I think you also had mentioned how in that life I was just following orders and I didn't really want to do it. And it's like you knew it too. But what really brought it to fruition for me was the feeling of I walked you to your death in that life, and then we reconnected in this life. And it was being a part of you releasing that, which to me is just, that's fucking poetry. Like, how cool is that?
I could not agree more.
Right? And it's that feeling still of, we do those bad things in past lives that we're not necessarily proud of them. Yeah, I'm not proud that I watched your death, but it's okay because that was then, and it's not now. It's like now we're buddies. And
well, yeah, and it really seems like that was two individual journeys that happened to cross paths, right? And I think that you were learning a whole completely different lesson in that life than what I was learning at the time. And I remembered that I had recognized that guard. I must have seen him many, many times, and he at least had developed some sort of empathy for me. And that's what I remembered, was I knew that you weren't some like bad person exactly. And so I think it's cool how, maybe it's not necessarily everything happens for a reason, but maybe things come full circle. Maybe things balance themselves out, because that's just the pendulum swinging or whatever.
I think it's great how you put that about us being on our own paths and our own lessons, and how it all kind of just even converges now, because it's almost like a portion of that was the key to your empowerment today. And had you not gone through those experiences in that life, who knows where you'd be right now? And maybe it wouldn't have been as much of an uphill climb as it's been for you.
Exactly. That's what I thought about was, had I not experienced that, had Daniel not walked me to my death, maybe it wouldn't have ever come full circle. So I wouldn't have crossed paths with you in this life, never would have been able to have the opportunity to have the regression and experience that, which was clearly very beneficial in this life. And so that, the whole entire thing is so profoundly cool, for lack of a better term.
Right. It's the mechanics of the universe that facilitate the whole experience. Like what is going on here? What's just coming to mind for me right now is there's an astrology podcast that I listen to, and what's it called? Insightful Astrology. And the host name is Maria DeSimone. And she was repeating a statement that she had heard. And it's always stuck with me. And this one just resonated right now. It's that squares lead to stairs. What does that mean to you?
Squares need the stairs?
Or squares lead to stairs.
Oh, lead to stairs.
Yeah.
It is, to me, it's all of the fundamentals, all of the building blocks, all of the one step at a time that you have to take and you have to make to get to the greater good, if you will.
So it's kind of just like we go through these experiences and then they lead us up the mountain. Yeah. Maybe there are steps that are built on the mountain and go over them. I don't know. I'm taking that one too far right now.
I love that. I really, really like that. I might have to swipe that.
It's such a cool concept because, I guess we're kind of venturing into astrology right now. Also, I'm going to defer to you on this one. Can you explain what a square is?
Yeah, that's what I initially thought of when you said that. I answered it in a more general sense, but from an astrological sense, it makes even more sense. So squares are aspects that happen at a 90-degree angle between two signs of the same modality. So fixed to fixed, mutable to mutable, cardinal to cardinal. And I have a few, pretty much everybody does, but I have a few really prominent squares in my chart. And, you know, they are areas of tension and challenge. They are. But they are probably the most strengthening aspects that we have.
Mhm.
They really build our muscles. And so that's why when you said this squares lead to stairs, that's what it made me think of, is it's the hard work. It's the work maybe that you don't want to do. Maybe you don't look forward to doing it. But it's the work that actually gets you there. Like it's the actual, and that's what tension, like moving through tension and overcoming challenge and hardship, or just honestly, just getting through it and surviving it. That's what strengthens you on all levels of your being.
Damn. So I'm just kind of like enamored right now because I'm like, wait, who the hell am I talking to right now? I mean, you had it a year ago, but I'm just
Thank
like,
you.
oh my God, like, who is this? Like, you're
Thank you.
embodying just such a different. Is confidence the right word for it? Like, you have like a different shine and different confidence to you right now. Like, this is amazing.
I appreciate that.
I'm so happy to see you just owning this right now.
Thank you. I really, you know, I'm at this time in my life where I have been very diligently like working on myself for a solid like 5 years now. And it's like finally at that like long-term sustainable, tangible progress. Like I can actually see it and experience it now. And it's so cool. So I really appreciate hearing you say that. This particular Leo season is really big for me because a big part of my journey has been embracing that Leo rising, because I have a Scorpio stellium at my IC. My eighth house is ruled by Pisces, where my moon is, and my 12th house is ruled by Cancer. So I like privacy and hiding in the dark a lot. That's really like normally how that's my instinct. And so I've been really like stepping up and stepping out. And I really appreciate hearing you say that. So thank you.
You're very welcome. I think it's great. And I think for everyone watching right now, like, you're doing it. Like, you are proof that if you put the time and effort into doing the work, that you can come out on the other side. And like, honestly, Dani, it's blowing my mind right now to see just how far you've come, because like I said, you had it before, but you're showing up so different now. And I think it's so cool. Like, it is so cool to see you just doing it. So go Dani.
Thank you. Damn. Thank you so much. I want to answer this comment really quick if this person, Pretty Dank, is still on here. I remembered my past life because I did a past life regression with Daniel. So I never would have remembered my past life without Daniel. I'm on the bottom, right? I'm doing this correctly?
Yeah. It's either that or the devil horns.
You what?
It's either that or the devil horns.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'll take those too.
I was right above you, so yeah, it's cool. Yeah, just damn. Okay, well, you know what? Who is Dani now? Where's Dani going? Let's drop the past life stuff. Let's take a pivot.
So much has happened to me. Oh my God. This has been like the craziest. I keep saying the craziest year, and now it's like a lot closer to 2 or 3 years. So I have had some massive, massive changes in the last 6 months. In the form of personal and business relationships and business and life overall direction. And I have really, really stepped into this instructor and mentor version of myself. I've really, kind of piggybacking off of what he said, like, I really can say I've been doing the work. I can look back and like show you and touch it and hear it. You know what I mean? Like, it's real. And now I'm at this point where I can give that back and I can help people and help excited practitioners and witches who want to learn for themselves, either to live a more intentional and mindful life or to run a successful, sustainable, but intuitive and like spiritual business. And so I really like reflecting on all of the crazy shit that I've been through in the last 5-6 years and taking that and giving it back to my clients so that they don't have to learn the hard way, so that it doesn't have to take them 5 or 6 years. And they can sit down with somebody that not only can understand them on this really complex level because of the astrology, obviously, but somebody that wants to understand them and wants to see them succeed in life, career, anything. And so that's really like, I've been focusing the most on my mentorship, which I should be launching Virgo season. I'm really excited about that. And then I'm going to be launching my own witch school, hopefully by Scorpio season. And I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about that because this whole year has just been about, honestly, making myself a priority, investing in myself, putting faith in myself, pushing myself. And I think that's really where a lot of this confidence and showing up has come from is, Daniel, I've been out of my comfort zone a lot, and I think it has overall been a good thing for me.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I actually have a couple more questions, but first there was a question here I want to answer.
Yeah.
From Wishing Heart 33, how common is it to spontaneously remember past lives without guidance? I think it's more common than we may be aware of. I think that people probably have spontaneous remembrances all the time, but there's probably just not an awareness that that's what they are. But then again, that's my take on it. I don't know how common it is, but I think it's probably pretty common.
I would honestly guess so too, especially because a lot of it is, really embracing and leaning into the chaos that is time. I think that I remember talking about in our pre-session, I think it was during the pre-session, and I just remember talking about with you, Daniel, about time. And I remember having the conversation about if it's linear, right? Like how I perceive it. And I honestly think it is so expansive and so much more complex than we will ever in this life or this state of being be able to actually understand and comprehend. But I think when you finally embrace that chaos, that chaotic energy, it makes you kind of trust in those intuitive like visions that you might get sometimes. Because now, ever since my experience with you, I'm so much more open to those signs and signals that I'm pretty damn confident that's a flash from a different life. And I think that before the regression, I don't think I was open-minded enough to the experience or the concept of time enough to be able to do that.
Wait, who are you? What have you done with Dani? So, yeah, you got it. You nailed it. So, what does your mentorship program look like? What can someone expect?
It'll be a 3-month program, and we'll have a one-on-one session, most likely every other week. But every week will come with homework exercises in the form of a workbook. We'll probably start every session with a tarot reading just to make sure we keep the sessions and the entire program really customized client to client. I'm only going to take on 5 total of these clients at a time at any given time, so that I can devote all of my energy and time to them. And I really want to offer this really safe, customized educational container for people that want to take witchcraft and astrology serious. Like they're ready to start practicing, to develop a practice, to really, I mean, honestly, having a mentor in astrology is one of the most beneficial things that you can do when you're starting learning out. And so I want to provide that for people, because I remember not just with astrology, but even way longer ago when I started practicing witchcraft, I just wished I had this experienced person, to this human being I could go to and talk to. I read all the blogs and all the books and all the articles, but I wanted like a real person to talk to so that I could share the crazy dream that I had. I could share the visions that I had. I could tell them about my past life regression and have this real discussion, and like not just offer my story, but they could be like, oh, now that you've experienced this, let me show you how to take that to the next level. That's what I want to offer to people, because that's what I wanted so badly.
Yeah. So, I mean, Dani, I'm not going to lie. I'm like, my eyes are tearing up a bit right now.
Oh,
Like,
Daniel, thank you.
No, I mean, this means a lot to me just to see you doing this well. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I didn't think it was going to venture to this territory today. Like,
Me either.
I saw you talking about you cutting off a bird's head, and yeah, just wow. I think you are doing amazing, and
Thank you.
I think it is so amazing to see how far you've come. And
Thank you.
And you're ready to tackle everything in the world, and I can't wait to see
Thank you.
where you go with everything. And for everyone watching right now, just, she's real. She's the real deal. And she did the work. You know, she did what was necessary to get to this place. Like, the Dani that I first met was still an amazing person, full of knowledge and just this untapped potential. But the person who's sitting in front of me right now is light years beyond that. So this is the type of person you want to work with. You know, someone who is real and who's done the work. And trust me, if you see how far she's come, like, you know, you want to work with her too. Because I'm sitting here right now being like, I want to learn how to be a witch. And that stuff scares the shit out of me. I think it is absolutely amazing, like what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see your school come together.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
Now, I know you have that one in you.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Like I've got vision now. That's really the biggest difference. I have vision now. I have clarity now. I can see the goals. I can get to them. I know where they are. I have clarity now. And so, yeah, I have all kinds of really cool shit coming out even next year that I haven't mentioned. Like, I'm working on some really, really, really cool stuff.
I got something for you. Well, thank you so much, Dani. Where
Thank
can everyone find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at thatwitch.nextdoor. I also just started my YouTube channel, like I mentioned, which is That Witch Next Door. That is a video component to my podcast episodes. And you can find that at That Witch Podcast. I'm on Spotify, Apple, Google. I'm on all the big platforms. And the YouTube episode does have a free pre-show tarot reading. So you definitely want to make sure you catch the YouTube component. And other than that, you can always find me on my website at thatwitchnextdoor.com.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I mean, we could do more past life talk, but I think this is perfect where we're at right now. And I know you have a little one to pick up soon. So this has been amazing. Just thank you so much for being here. And just thank you for just sharing all this. And you definitely made my day. You know,
Thank you.
It's still, if I ever find myself questioning if I'm doing the right thing with my life, that you have reaffirmed that I'm doing it. So thank you, Dani. And
thank you, Daniel. It really did absolutely change my life. It's something I recommend to anybody that is interested and genuinely interested. I think you have to show up for it, right? Like, I don't think it's some dog and pony show. You got to want it, and you got to show up the right way. And so, and if that's where you're at, go for it. He's
Cool.
good. Not devil
Me too.
horns pointing.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second to wipe my eyes out before we do the thumbnail.
Just leave it to the water sign queen.
Okay, cool. So let's smile for the thumbnail. Oh, first I'm going to do the sign off. I think you'll really appreciate this one.
Okay.
And then we'll hold for the thumbnail, and yeah. Oh, and if anyone else wants to check Dani out again, she'll be on my podcast when it launches this fall. So
Yes, I will.
okay, cool. So it is my belief that I was killed in the past life for speaking out for things such as astrology, the earth being round, women having the right to choose, women just having equal rights, that type of thing. So, hey there, people who danced me back then. How do you like me now? It's fun, isn't it? Yeah.
Fellow time travelers, your journey through time awaits you. Just want to thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. And if you're interested in discovering who, when, and where you have been throughout time, and you'd like to book a session with me, just go ahead and send me a message on Instagram at The Past Life Regressionist, or you can reach me through my website, yourpastliferegressionist.com.